if you think about it, most businesses are not brands. Of course, these days, every business, solo or, you know, everything is being called a brand, and people are, they say we're branding our company. Literally, even just getting a logo is being called a brand, right? Which is not really true in the sense that, well, you can call it, I mean, hey, you can call it whatever you want, right? But having the right kind of terminology really enables you to understand where your business is in that journey from where you started, the inception, all the way to success and beyond, right? So understanding and knowing what a brand is would really help you formulate that kind of success for your brand. And one of the most fundamental things about a brand, what makes a brand, is the brand experience. Now, nobody really talks about brand experience that much directly. Of course, when you talk about a brand, when someone says that they love a brand, right? Like, for example, I love the Leica brand, right? The cameras, Leica. I love it. Why? Is it because of the product? Yeah, of course. They have fantastic products. Their camera, their M cameras, their Q cameras. I personally own a Q2. You know, they are the best cameras out there, arguably the best. But it's also the brand experience. It's not just the experience you get out of using that camera and the photos that are rendered, the colors or the monochrome that comes out of the camera, the use of the camera, the experience of using the camera, but also the philosophy of the brand, how the brand makes you feel, the experience you have with the brand, not just using the product, but also when you're motivated to pick up your camera, to go out there, to take pictures. That is brand experience. Okay, let's look at Apple. What is brand experience when you think about Apple? It's their products, of course, they're fantastic products, right? Clean design, the innovation, well, arguably, the innovation in certain things. And but it's also when you, the process of purchasing, when you're buying an iPhone or an iPad, when you get the package, when you open the package, when you're experiencing the product for the first time, when you have an issue and you have to deal with the company. Or let's take Tesla, for example, another awesome brand. I love Tesla as a brand. And if you think about it, it's not just their cars, and of course their Model 3, their Model Y, S, the Model X. These are unarguably some of the best electric vehicles on the roads today, right now. And once you drive one of these, once you drive a Model Y, for example, every other car will feel like a dinosaur, right? They will feel archaic. Okay, the non-electric ones will definitely feel archaic, but even the electric ones. And then you go and drive, let's say, an Audi Q-tron. It will feel archaic. It will feel clunky. But it's not just the product, it's the whole experience. When you want to buy a Model Y, for example, or a Model 3, you go onto the website and you place a small deposit. You choose a few different options. You choose the color. You choose the version. Is it long range? Is it performance? You choose the wheel size and the interior, black, white, and then that's it. It's done, right? And you are then sent, it's almost like ordering software. You get then email updates about where your order is, what's happening with that, and then closer to the date when your car is going to be delivered, you start getting text messages, and that whole experience. And then you go to pick up your Tesla. It's touchless. You just go. You in some places you don't even show your ID. You walk straight into the lot. You get your number, of course, the number of your car in the text or in an email, and then you go, you identify your vehicle, and you use your app to open it. You get in, you drive away. In some places, you show your ID, and then but the whole experience, and then once you get the car, everything, that is branding. Okay, I know I'm getting carried away here, but that's what it is. See, that brand, Tesla, is making me get carried away. For a moment, I forgot what I was talking about, the purpose of this video. And I thought I was talking just about Tesla, right? Okay, so to bring myself back, this is what a brand needs to do. Whether it's Leica, whether it's Apple, whether it's Tesla, these are the brands that I care about. What about you? If you think about the brands that you care about, I'm sure you're going to have that same kind of thought process. You're thinking of an experience. It's not just about whether the product is good or bad. Of course, the products need to be good, right? Because if you hate the product, you're going to hate the brand. But there's also something beyond, because I have lots of Fujifilm, for example. Right now, I'm recording this video on Fujifilm X-T3. It's a great camera. Look at the colors, right? And I've used it for photography, and this is my primary video camera, and I'm not going to get rid of it. I got rid of all my lenses when I moved to Leica, but I'm going to keep this. Now, does Fujifilm give me that same kind of experience that Leica gives me? No way. It's a great brand, but there's no brand experience. So when it comes to your business, first of all, to think of your business as a brand, there are certain things that need to be in place, right? Of course, visual branding, the logo, the look and feel, the colors, the typography, the primary icon, the secondary icon, the official brand pattern, all these need to be in place. But even before that, you need to have your strategy in place. You need to have your brand story in place, right? So what does your brand stand for? What does your brand mean beyond just the products or services? That is the beginning of the journey of your brand, to be called a brand. Okay, let me just clarify. To be called a brand, when I say that, it's not about just to call your business a brand. There's no inherent value in just calling your business a brand, right? No, what I mean is the kind of emotional connection, the bond that you make with your audience, with your customers down the line. That is what I mean a brand, right? You need to have that brand story. You need to have a messaging framework. You need to be able to communicate your brand story to your audience. That is the beginning of the brand. And then, of course, you have your visual branding, and then it needs to sort of spill over into the buying experience. How is your order process? Maybe you spend a lot of money on advertising, social media, all that, and then people come to your website or your store. They buy. How is that process? It is clunky. Are you asking for unnecessary details during the order process? Are there, 20 steps to reach the final payment screen? What happens after that? What kind of an email? Is it like a run-of-the-mill, the default email that comes with your website? Whether it was custom designed or you got it off the shelf. Is it that? Hello, and then impersonal. Are you injecting your brand story into that email? Are you injecting a personality? How's the message, right? And then afterwards, your packaging or the communication during the order, right? Order process. What's happening? Is it being shipped? And then once your order arrives, or if it's a service, okay, it's a different thing, but let's talk about products, right? What is that experience when your customer opens your product and that they're looking at it? What is the packaging like? Is it frustrating? What have you put some thought into it, right? And then after that, how is the experience of the product? What if something goes wrong? And so on. The same goes with service. So think of brand experience as one of the most important things for your brand to succeed. It's more important than marketing. It's more important than social media and what you say about your brand, right? Because your brand experience is what your customer says about your brand. And what your customer says, what your audience say about your brand is what's going to determine in terms of your sales, your revenue, the success of your brand. Okay, so today, audit your brand. Sit down, think through right from the beginning the question, what does your brand mean? What does your brand stand for, right? What is your brand story? All the way through, how am I handling unhappy customers? How am I handling refunds? What am I saying? How am I handling negative press or a disgruntled customer online complaining about you, or an employee complaining. All this whole gamut you need to look through, and when you and then spend time crafting each element of this experience, and then you have a winning brand. You will have a brand that will become a household name. All right, so let me know in the comments if if you have thought through how your brand experience is, if you faced any difficulties in trying to improve your brand experience. And of course, subscribe to this channel, leave some comments below, like this video. I'll be talking a little bit more about brand experience in the next video too, but from a different perspective. So we're going to reframe it. Yeah, till the next time, take care and prosper.